The third decade of the 21st century has begun. The environmental challenges ahead of us set out in the UN's 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development are many. This global plan of action adopted in 2015 puts forward specific measures to achieve a world that is fairer, more prosperous, and more respectable of the environment within 10 years. With the help of many surveys and a lot of research, it has been found that more than 50% of people across the globe believe that abrupt climate change is the biggest global concern. It is seriously impacting the health of our planet. It is the reason behind so many other problems, but it's not the only one we should pay attention to. We have here the rundown of our listed top 10 environmental issues in the country.
Diarrhea, ang nakakamatay doon is the dehydration.
Katulad ng community, pag wala kang kilala diyan, ang hirap pumasok eh. Lagi sinasabi nila, walang kwarto, walang ano. Kaya kung may pera ka, mag-private ka na lang.
Halos kami tinatanggihan na ng ospital dahil wala kaming pera.
COVID-19 restrictions in Metro Manila and 38 other areas in the country to be downgraded to the lowest level or alert level 1 starting Tuesday, March 1 until 15. But residents in these areas will still be required to wear face masks in public places at all times.
Nowadays, the most relevant environmental concerns we have is public health. We have been challenged by more than 2 years of this COVID-19 pandemic. And aside from this concern, the health of the people and their community still suffers from poor health emergency response, food and water availability, and clean water supply. It takes several research and action to encourage people improve healthy lifestyles to prevent spread of diseases and promote well-being. That is why we are encouraged to be vaccinated, follow health protocols such as wearing a face mask and face shields as well as hand sanitizing, and there are also other actions to promote public health like following the laws in driving, in construction site, family planning, and a lot more. You can fulfill your responsibilities as a citizen of this country by abiding those laws and regulations. Are you ready to take part?
Pollution is the introduction of contaminants into the natural environment that cause adverse change. Pollution can take the form of any substance, solid, liquid, or gas, or energy, such as radioactive heat, sound, or light. The components of pollution can be either foreign substance or natural occurring contaminants. Overall, air pollution is responsible for more deaths than may other risk factors including malnutrition, alcohol use, and physical activity. Globally, 93% of all children breathe air that contains higher concentration of pollutants.
Hi, I'm Gebril Bansil, and this is my vlog about global warming. So let's talk about global warming. Global warming is a phenomenon where the Earth's average temperature rises due to an increased amount of greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, and ozone trap the incoming radiation from the sun. These effects create a natural blanket which prevents the heat from escaping back into the atmosphere. This effect is called greenhouse effect. Contrary to popular belief, greenhouse gases are not inherently bad. In fact, the greenhouse effect is quite important for life on Earth. Without this effect, the sun's radiation will be reflected back into the atmosphere, freezing the surface and making life impossible. However, when the greenhouse gases in excess amounts get dropped, serious repercussions begin to appear. The polar ice caps begin to melt, leading to the rise in sea levels. Furthermore, the greenhouse effect is accelerated when polar ice, perhaps and sea ice melts. This is due to fact the ice reflects 50% to 70% of the sun's rays back into space. But without ice, the solar radiation gets absorbed. Seawater reflects only 3% of the sun's radiation back into space. What's more frightening is fact that the poles containing large amount of carbon dioxide trapped within the ice. If the ice melts, it will significantly contribute to global warming. Here are some tips to prevent global warming. Conserve water. Watch your water usage by turning off faucets when not in use. Taking shorter showers and avoiding unnecessary water consumption can help. Reduce waste. Help reduce greenhouse emission by practicing regular recycling, buying recycling goods, and buying less or in bulk to lessen packaging waste. Save energy. Use less energy by turning off appliances when not in use. Switching to energy-saving bulbs and investing in energy-saving appliances can help.
Hello, my name is Aelfrick, Hontoria. So one of the most common environmental issues in the Philippines, in the country, is recycle. So recycle is relevant because less garbage ends up with landfills and incineration plants if we recycle more. We may save energy and cost by reusing materials such as papers, glass, metal, plastics, and other materials, as well as the negative environmental effects of virgin material, extraction, and processing. We can help these matters by organize a recycling drive in your community. So we, for example, collect bottles, glass, plastics, newspapers, or books and deliver them to a recycling facility or a charitable organization in need. And also, one of the most common environmental issues also is the replace disposable items with reusable. So, replace disposable items with reusable is reducing the quantity of disposable products. You use it as a case to step forward, living in a low-waste lifestyle. So, you may save energy and resources by reducing or eliminating single use of goods, as well as preventing trash. We can help these matters also by bringing reusable bags to the grocery store. For example, when you go to mall, drugstore, or any place where you buy. When shopping for produce, bring reusable mesh cotton bags. Bring a reusable cup for your favorite coffee or water or drink when you're on the road. And when making coffee, avoid using plastic stirrers.
When we use the term overpopulation, we specifically mean a situation in which the Earth cannot regenerate the resources used by the world's population each year. To help temper this wildly unsustainable situation, we need to understand what is contributing to overpopulation and overconsumption and how these trends are affecting our environment. The primary cause of overpopulation is an imbalance between births and deaths. More people means an increased demand for food, water, housing, energy, healthcare, transportation, and more, and all that consumption contributes to ecological degradation, increased conflicts, and a higher risk of large-scale disaster like pandemics.
When addressing overpopulation, it is crucial to take an approach of providing empowerment while mobilizing against anybody, advocating for the use of violence to solve our problems. The combined efforts of spreading knowledge about family planning, increasing agency among women, and debunking widely held myths about contraception will measurably change the trajectory of the world's population.
Food, water, and shelter are still the main concern for people living on about $1 per day in developing countries. They need access to electricity, education, birth control, proper sanitation, clean water, and healthy food. Poverty is connected to environmental issues through gender inequality, untreated sewage in water, and burning biofuels like trees for heat and cooking.
Greater access of education. A factor of systemic poverty is a lack of access to education in impoverished areas. People gain basic skills and increased job opportunities through education, which can help to combat the poverty in the Philippines.
For today's vlog is that where we're going to topic about mental health issue like anxiety. So what is anxiety? So anxiety refers to anticipation of a future concern, and it is more associated with muscle tension. Fear is an emotional response to an immediate threat and is more associated with fight or flight reaction, either staying to fight or leaving to escape danger. Difficult experiences on childhood, adolescence, or adulthood are common trigger for anxiety problems. Going through stress and trauma when you're very young is more likely to have a particular big impact experience that trigger anxiety problems, including things like physical or emotional abuse. Tips when having anxiety attack.
There are times when we all experience feelings of stress or anxiety. In these moments, you can use your breath to help calm those feelings. Box breathing is a simple relaxation technique that can help you reset your breath and return to its normal rhythm. You can do it anywhere, anytime. Box breathing can help reduce stress and improve mood. It can also help with controlling and managing emotions. It's very easy to learn. Imagine breathing around a box. Inhale as you visualize going up one side of the box, gradually filling your lungs with air. When you reach the top, hold your breath for 1 to 5 seconds as you picture going across the top of the box. Exhale gradually as you imagine traveling down the other side of the box. Pause again for 1 to 5 seconds as you go along the bottom of the box. Then repeat. This can be done 7 to 10 times in a row, focusing on the breath. If you can do it sitting down with your feet grounded, that will help too. But really, it can be done anywhere. Box breathing has physiological and psychological benefits. Physiologically, it regulates breath, increases oxygen to the lungs, and can help reduce blood pressure and lower heart rate. Box breathing can help psychologically by providing focus to your breath and removing attention from the things that are causing feelings of stress and anxiety. The repetition of box breathing can also help reduce stress. So, in moments when feelings of stress and anxiety are overwhelming, remember box breathing and the power of your breath as a simple way to relax and breathe a bit easier.
A good sleep also contributes in anxiety. Many experts recommend getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, although some say that the quality of sleep is more important than quantity. Getting 6 hours of high quality interrupted sleep is more beneficial than 8 hours of restless interrupted sleep. Some studies say that having exercise can also contribute in anxiety attacks. So how does exercise help depression and anxiety? So regular exercise may help ease depression and anxiety by releasing feel-good endorphins, natural cannabis like brain chemicals, endogenous cannabinoids, and other natural chemicals that can enhance. Water has been shown to have natural calming properties, likely as a result of addressing dehydration's effect on the body and brain. Drinking enough water is an important step in managing your anxiety. Even if you're not experiencing anxiety, drink sufficient water that can create a feeling of relaxation. And that's all for this video, and I hope this video can help you ease your anxiety attacks. Thank you.
Climate change is already impacting human health. Changes in weather and climate patterns can put lives at risk. Heat is one of the most deadly weather phenomena. As ocean temperature rise, hurricanes are getting stronger and weather, which can cause direct and indirect death. Climate change refers to long-term shifts in temperatures and weather patterns. These shifts may be natural, such as through variation in the solar cycle. But since the 80s, human activities have been the main driver of climate change, primarily due to burning fossil fuel like coal, oil, and gas. Some experts create a campaign to pressure a liable climate greenhouse gases emission must be reduced by half by 2030 and to net zero by 2050. Bold, fast, and wide raging actions needs to be taken by government and businesses. Also, as a person, we can help those who are making a campaign to stop greenhouse gases and climate change. By not burning plastic, etc. This is a small way, but it is an effective to stop climate change.
One of the longest-running environmental issues that we are facing, which contributes to other major problems such as increase of carbon dioxide emission, other greenhouse gases, and consequently, climate change. Deforestation is an act of removing trees for various purposes like converting lands for residential areas or using the trees for wooden materials. Trees and forests are one of our most essential resources which can provide us food, shelter, and clean air. However, of all these benefits, humans still want more. According to studies, approximately 15 billion trees are cut down each year. Imagine how our major line of defense against climate change is now at risk. And this will remain at risk if we will not act upon it. So what could we do? The Department of Environment and Natural Resources aims that for each tree cut down, we must replant 10 seedlings. This will help us grow more trees than what we have lost, and this process will take several years. You can participate in various tree planting activities in your communities or simply planting trees in your land areas. Reforestation is what we need. Let us keep our forests alive. The question is, will you take part?
The problems and issues that we listed greatly impacts every of our environment, including both humans and animals alike. Our environment is constantly changing. There is no denying that fact. However, as our environment changes, so does the need to become increasingly aware of the problems that surround it. These issues must be solved for the world to remain a supportive habitat for humans and other species. That's it for this video. We hope you learned something valuable today. Let's do our part and take care of our environment.